Alright, welcome back to part 6 of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and we're finally going into Hogwarts now. I actually played the first game, the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone version of this, of the first game, and in that game they basically just gloss over the whole beginning and you actually start in Hogwarts, and I don't know, it's like a PlayStation 1 game and it's just really bad, but honestly, I was going to finish a bunch of the games in the Harry Potter series. I was probably going to play through like all of them just on my own time, but I wound up playing the first one, and after not saving for a while, I wound up getting the game frozen, and I didn't really want to replay up to that point because, I don't know, it just wasn't even that fun the first time, so I just never got around to it.
If it isn't young Potter, how are you? Glad to be back at Hogwarts?
Well, I would be, Nick, if Professor Snape hadn't caught me outside.
Well, I suppose that rules are there for a reason, although sometimes the reason escapes me. Yes, you shouldn't be up this late, you know. Better get back to the Gryffindor common room before Professor Snape catches you again. Goodbye.
Bye, Nick.
And yeah, like he said, we have to go to the Gryffindor common room, which is on the 7th floor. Okay, I'm pretty sure Ron just glitched through something, but that happens sometimes with these old copies. Anyway, like he said, it was on the 7th floor, but in the first game, it was actually just randomly, I think, it was on like the 2nd floor or the ground floor or something. The whole design of the castle was pretty screwed up in that game. Although I should probably be talking less about that game and more about the game I'm actually playing, but not much is going on in this game right now. We're just going to the common room. Hopefully I can talk about this game more when stuff is actually happening.
Harry, she wants the password.
Of course I want the password. How am I to know that you two aren't Slytherins disguised as Gryffindors?
Because we don't look like gorillas, that's how. There you are. Someone said you'd be expelled.
I don't know why Hermione was outside at this hour.
Well, we haven't been expelled.
That's never really explained, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
Oh, very well.
It's just important to this story. Or it's just, I don't know, it's just not important enough to explain. And they both rush in and the portrait closes again without Harry going in, so he has to say the password again.
Wattlebird.
For some reason when Harry Potter says passwords to portraits, he has to gesture at them.
Hey Harry, Fred and George have set up a shop. You can trade all kinds of things with them for spells and really wicked stuff.
Wow, I must go and see them. Where are they?
Go through that door and through the reading room. There's a portrait on the other side.
What's the password?
Liberty Gibbet. Oh, and watch out for Percy.
Alright, so we gotta go through the reading room to Fred and George's shop, but we have to watch out for Percy, apparently. I mean, what's Percy going to do, really? Yeah, basically in this game, Percy, for some reason, thinks he owns the reading room.
Oh. Hey, locomotor mortis.
And I think I managed to escape him, but I have to wait for that portrait to open to crawl through it. And yeah, he can't get you once you're crawling through in an animation, so. I don't know why Percy just hangs out there all night. He doesn't sleep or anything. He doesn't read either in the reading room. He just kind of patrols it, making sure nobody else gets to read.
Sort of.
Anyway, welcome to our shop, Harry. Yes, feel free to browse our extensive range of wizard wheezes and magical merchandise. Everything priced at reasonable rates and the only currency universally accepted throughout Hogwarts.
I don't know why beans are the only currency universally accepted throughout Hogwarts. It doesn't really make any sense why nobody takes money. Or, well, I guess nobody takes money in this game, but
Take a look around, Potter.
I mean, I guess theoretically some of them could take money and beans are the only ones universally accepted, but why would anybody even want to take beans?
Stronger card.
Bertie bots every
I might as well just buy this card.
Edgar Struger, eh, Harry? Inventor of the sneaker scope.
I mean, cards are kind of nice to have.
Non-explodable luminous balloons. What do they cost?
And with the other 20, I'll buy some luminous balloons.
Non-explodable luminous balloons
Which
are
are
great
good for distractions, like they said. And there's a card back here, but they aren't selling this one. This is just lying around for free, so definitely grab that. And I believe the only exit is right around here somewhere. It's through the spot that, through the stall that doesn't have a toilet in there. There's a secret wall. There's a treasure chest there, but you can't open that until you get another spell later. It's the Scourge spell. I don't think that's for a while. And Percy's still guarding the place.
Hey, locomotor mortis. Lost him.
He paralyzed me and then turned around saying he lost me.
Now get out. You're disturbing my studies.
He says we're disturbing his studies, but he doesn't study at all. He just kind of, like I said, wanders around, making sure nobody else can study. He's just a jerk, basically.
What was that?
Just hit him with the stink pellet and run away.
Locomotor mortis.
Because Percy deserves it. Everybody knows that much.
Okay, Harry. It's been a long day.
Alright, it's finally time to go off to bed. He's really tired, and then he takes a few slow steps away and starts sprinting off. And Hermione just stays standing here.
So, you and Ron actually flew here, Harry. I really
Just stands here to criticize you. And I believe that's Ginny here too.
Hello, Harry.
Yeah,
I'm so glad I got sorted into Gryffindor like my brothers.
I guess she just has to stand there so she can tell you that she got sorted into Gryffindor.
I bet you're looking forward to the first Quidditch match of the season, eh, Harry? Can't wait to run rings around those Hufflepuffs.
And there's the Quidditch captain, Wood, I think his name was, and yeah, basically in this game there doesn't actually seem to be a spot for the girls to sleep or anything, so maybe that's why they just stand in here. Like, I mean, the boys is over here and there's only like 5 beds or something. I think there are way more students than there are beds. I don't know where everybody else goes at night. I mean, Hogwarts is like a boarding school. You don't just... I don't think there are any students that just go there and then go home to sleep or anything. I think they only go home for like holidays or something. Let me just count here. There are 2 beds, 3, 4. Yeah, there are 5 beds in here. Where do the rest of the students sleep? I mean, I could probably name like 5 Gryffindors off the top of my head, and that's without all of the nameless ones that wander around. And since I said I could probably name 5 Gryffindors off the top of my head, I think I'll actually have to try to do it now. I mean, there's obviously Neville, Harry, Ron, Hermione, Ginny now, and
Morning, Ron.
Oliver
You're
Wood.
up.
That's like 6 right there, but
I heard they's flying.
You heard right. I'll meet you downstairs.
2 of those are girls, so maybe they sleep somewhere else, but even so, they don't have a place. But if I had to... Yeah, Percy's one of them, and then there's Fred and George, so I think that's like 6 or 7 guys alone, so... Of course, Percy doesn't sleep because he's a prefect, he just hangs around patrolling. Prefects don't sleep at all in this game. That's their whole responsibility is to stay up all night patrolling a particular area. And doing a very bad job of it, I might add. Anyway, we're off to flying class now. I just barely picked that up while I was rambling on and on while Ron mentioned it. I think the hard part of playing multiple Harry Potter games is the castle pretty much changes every year from what I can
Hello,
tell.
Nick. What's the matter?
Obviously from the first game to the second game it changes extremely drastically, and from the second to the third game there are a few changes, but nowhere near as drastic, and I haven't played the fourth one yet, but I do have it, but I'll have to get around to that eventually. But honestly, the third game was pretty disappointing.
As I said, it's a matter of no importance.
I mean, it was still possible to make fun of, and it was still kind of fun at some point, but some of the things were just so annoying I couldn't get around them.
The hourglasses show which house has the greatest number of house points on any day.
This is this student's whole job. He just stands around the hourglasses telling you what they do. I think he even exists in the third game too.
Hello,
He
Harry.
just
Let's go outside to the flying pitch. We don't want Madame Hooch to be angry.
must just
because
work
of our
here or
first
something
day.
and dress as a student.
Flying lessons with Hooch next, Harry. I'll meet you outside the flying pitch.
Alright, well, I think I'll do the flying lessons in the next part, so I'll just end this part 6 here. I'll see you next time, hopefully. Goodbye.